Hello students, I hope you all are well and good at your home and following all the safety precautions. So today, from today onwards, we'll start the chapter, and today I'm going to start the chapter 3, which is sources of energy. Okay, so slowly and gradually we will finish this chapter. Okay, you just keep following all the videos. So now let's start the chapter. So what are the sources of energy? So a source of energy is one which provide adequate amount of energy in convenient form over a long period of time. Okay, which means ki the kind of source of energy which provides us energy for a long period of time. Okay, and that should be a convenient form of energy. Okay, so if it is a convenient form of energy and provides us energy for a long time, then it will be called as source of energy. Mainly there are two sources of energy we have: renewable sources of energy and non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, so first of all we will see about the non-renewable sources of energy. So here in this picture you can see some of the non-renewable sources of energy, which are nuclear, oil, natural gas, coal. Okay, because they get exhausted, they they will get finished one day. So these are the non-renewable, which cannot be renewed with the time. Okay, so those sources of energy which have accumulated in nature vary over a very long period of time and cannot be quickly replaced when exhausted are called as non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, so what are the main points? Which have accumulated in the nature over a long period of time and cannot be quickly replaced when exhausted. Okay, so this kind of energy will be called as non-renewable sources of energy. So non-renewable sources of energy are dug out from the earth, that we all know that all these sources, whether it is nuclear or oil or coal or natural gas, we get it from the earth only. Okay, and these sources of energy are also called as conventional sources of energy. Okay, because they are being used from a very long period of time and they are exhaustible, so we call them exhaustible sources of energy as well. Okay, means one day they will get finished. Okay, so that's why we call them exhaustible sources of energy. Then the next is renewable sources of energy. So these are the renewable sources of energy we have, like solar energy, geothermal, wind energy, biomass, or water energy. All these form of energy are being used in our daily life. Okay, in nowadays we use these sources of energy. Okay, like solar cell you must be using at your home, somewhere at solar lamp. Then wind energy, wind turbines are there to get the wind energy. Then biomass energy, you must have heard about the gobar gas, that is biomass energy or bioenergy. Then water energy or hydropower energy or tidal energies. Okay, so these are the water energies. And geothermal energy means the thermal energy which we get from the earth. Earth is known as geothermal energy. So now we will see what are the renewable sources of energy. Okay, so those sources of energy which are being produced continuously in nature and are inexhaustible are called as renewable sources of energy. So they are continuously produced in nature and inexhaustible means they cannot be finished. Okay, so whatever amount of solar energy you will use, that will not get finished. Whatever amount of wind energy or tidal energy you will use, that will never get finished. The wind will blow at its own time, the tides will come and go. Okay, that does not depend upon you. Okay, so we can use that in abundance, Okay, if we want or if we can. Okay, so these sources of energy are called as non-conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy means we are not using these energies from a very long period of time, from our old age. Um, we are these sources of energy are being used from past few years only. That's why they are non-conventional. And as we know that we cannot finish those sources of energy, whatever amount of energy you will use or waste, it will not get finished. So that's why they are also called as inexhaustible sources of energy. And one another word which is being used in your book is alternate sources of energy, which means ki earlier the conventional sources of energies are there, and in place of those energy sources we are using them, these sources of energies. So that's why we call them all alternate sources of energy as well. Okay, so now we will see ki what is a good source of energy, which kind of source of energy will be called as good source of energy. So few things are there which should be available. If these things are available, then we can say that the source of energy is good. The first one is um, the source of energy which would do a large amount of work per unit mass. It should have capability to do a large amount of work per unit mass, okay, or volume. Then the source of energy should be cheap and easily available, and it should be easily stored or transported, and it should be safe to handle and use, and it should not pollute our environment. So if these characteristics are available in the source of energy, then we will say that that source of energy is good. Okay, but we have the sources of energy which do not fulfill all these things. Like I'll tell you an example of coal or petrol. So the coal and petrol have these points, like it produces large amount of it gives large amount of work per unit mass. It is easily available. It can be stored and transported. It is safe to handle, but it is not good for our environment. So we cannot say the coal is a good source of energy. Okay. So to have a good source of energy, we have these 5 points. The source of energy should fulfill all these points, then we will call that a good source of energy. Otherwise, sources of energies are there. Source of energy is there. So this was all about this chapter. This lecture. In next lecture, I'll cover about the fuels and the characteristic of ideal fuel, then conventional sources of energy, what are them. So till then, bye bye, take care, and do follow all the videos. Okay.